Lord, give us a freedom.
My wonderful people of Biafra, lovers of freedom, I welcome you to Skolante TV, where we bring to you news that concerns the restoration of Biafra and freedom all over the world.
Give us a freedom. Fire, we need.
And in this news, I will be bringing to you Onyendu presenting Mazi Simon Ekpa, the PM, to the world and recommending him, and also military, urging people that are willing or trying to join the military to listen to their advice before you make up your mind to become a military man in Nigeria, and many more coming your way in this video.
We are going back to.
But before we dive fully into it, let me quickly welcome back to my channel those of you that have been following my videos, and if you're new, I welcome you to Skolante TV, and I urge you to do well to click the like button, subscribe to my channel, press the bell icon so that anytime I drop a video you'll be well notified, and also share the video accordingly. So moving over to the first news, this is MNK recommending our PM as of then and saying that he has been doing wonderfully well. And you can see PM writing, the validation that made the criminals to run mad. They will never forget this day when MNK said all these nice words about the good guy. It was from this day he started going from one native doctor to another. So let's hear from our Ohamadike.
Biafrans all over the world, lovers of freedom, wherever they may be, those listening to us at this very hour, this very time, because I do know that you have extensive listenership all over the world. And it is an honor and privilege for me to be on your program. But above all, I must also thank the Most High, who is in heaven, presiding over the affairs of men on this very earth. And your good, humble self, you have shown yourself to be a servant, a dedicated servant of Biafra. And all I have to say to you is that you have to keep doing what you're doing, because the message you're preaching, your diligence, your consistency is resonating and emboldening a lot of people all over the world. Your message is sinking in, and we are all very grateful for it. So I am happy to be here. Thank you very much.
Hi, my Ohamadike. I so much love this man. This man his intelligence is second to none. His eloquence is top notch. His I don't know, articulation is wonderful. His charisma is absolutely fantabulous. I just like him, right? So you see all the praises he rendered to our PM as a humble servant, dedicated servant. But for today, he will now tell him that he is resolute. That thing MNK has been teaching us, that we should be disciplined and very consistent, that we should not allow ourselves to be moved by emotion. You understand? Today he will praise Mazi Simon Ekpa. He will praise him for having all those things. He says, he used to say, consistency personified. This is MNK for you. I can't get tired hearing his voice. I can hear his speech all over and over. I don't get tired. That's how wonderful he can be in his speeches. So let's move over to the next one, because if we stayed here, I will continue talking. I love this man. moving over to the next one, we have Dr. Cho Ayaba here. During the alliance with the Biafran people and Ambazonia, okay, this is the both kind of short clip where they address some issues. So let's hear.
British administered Ambazonia as part of the Eastern House of Assembly, and in 1953, Ambazonia declared what we call the benevolent existence, and in the same year in London, asked to be separated from the Eastern House of Assembly. That happened in 1954. There was an election in Ambazonia, and Dr. E.M. Endele was elected as the Prime Minister and took office on the 1st of October. When Ambazonia moved out of the Eastern House of Assembly, there was no gunshot, there was no genocide, there was no attack on the existence of Ambazonia, there was no attempt to burn down villages, there was no attempt to commit massacres, to murder our people.
Today, the Biafrans are building alliances, and Ambazonia is one of them, in order to make sure that we set example from Africa. And that example, the beginning of civilization, will start from Biafra. Ambazonia has a very important role to play. Every Biafra must understand that during the war, the same Britain supported Nigeria to commit genocide against Biafra people, of where we lost almost 3 million children to hunger, starvation. The people that facilitated that particular hunger and blockade was Cameroon. Nigeria used Cameroon to facilitate the blockade of Biafra. And in facilitating the blockade of Biafra, Ambazonia and Biafra border were used. So this alliance between Biafra and Ambazonia is very, very important for us.
So my people, haven't heard this, we can assure you that Cameroonians, or should I say the Cameroonian government, is our enemy. Not the Cameroonians, okay? But the Cameroonian government is our enemy. As the zoo is our enemy, the zoo government, the same thing with the Cameroonian government. So the blockade that we are talking about actually was mainly orchestrated by the Cameroonians, because we have border with them. They could have been bringing us food through their border, but they blocked it as well. So the kind of anger that we will unleash on the zoo government, we will still unleash that same venom on the Cameroonians, because they are wicked and evil. And the way we hate the zoo is the same way the Amba people hate the Cameroonian government. So now with this alliance, that kind of blockade can never happen again. That's number one. So that's what we just heard the both people are talking about and all that. So it's a very good alliance. If you listen to the full speech of these two great people, you will find out that we have similar situations. The way Biafran people had passed through the hands of the zoo government, the same thing is the way these guys have been going through the Cameroonian government. So we have similarities, So we move over to the next, and in this one you will hear this guy on military uniform advising people as a military. I don't know whether he's still serving, making this video anyway, but you can see that if he's still serving, he is as good as gone, because he's got tired of the whole nonsense. So he said a lot of things. Listen and hear it for yourself.
I wish I know. Yeah, for lay hand work. Even though I'm an electrician. And I don't regard myself. Like now, I don't get boys. If I don't, they call me Oga.
My people, those of you will be saying now want join the Nigerian army. Before you join the Nigerian army, come here within the chief of defense staff will be saying him talk. Make you watch and make you listen to Ram, and also make you share and to that your brother will be saying they wish to join the Nigerian army. There are things where we say most of us we don't know. Most of us they feel say all these army then they enjoy. Most of us they think say all these are uniform people then they live well. But make una hear them from your own mouth the way they say MNK talk am. As you watch this video, make you share and make you drop your opinion. Whether you go feel still like to join the work or you no go like to join the work, make you listen to wetin me talk. As they watch am, make you share am, listen to am.
Actually, some of it, we need to do more. We need to renovate the old ones because they've been there for ages, so that we can fix them. My dream is for every officer and soldier to have an accommodation that he can look up and say, look, this is my own, this is my barracks. We failed a lot because of the operations we are conducting. A lot of the officers and soldiers are out there in the field. If today all these operations are over and we have to go back to the barracks, there won't be enough barracks for us. The issue of ration cash allowance where we feed, like I'm sure informed you, anytime we're on operations, I, as a general, am being fed on 1,200 per day with my soldiers. From the first general to the last soldier, the same amount. That's what we manage with. My soldier collects at least less than 50,000 with salary a month. We all know situations on ground. My appeal is for them to have salaries that is worth it for the work they're doing. We deserve to have that. So that they can encourage them to want to do more. We have a lot of them that have been injured, families separated for a very long time. These are aspects that we think the moral aspect of it that will actually ginger the troops to want to do more. And especially on the issue of Nigerians also encouraging the men. I mean, we have seen other countries when military men come into airports, how they are being applauded. They get first class treatments wherever they go to. When they go to buy things, they get rebate. We don't get all those things in Nigeria. And yet we're doing such analysis. We're not saying that everybody should give us everything that we need, but I think we should be considered, and the troops deserve commendation. I have told you as a commander, my greatest pain is when I have to face the family of my either officer or soldier to tell them they lost their breadwinner. It is painful. You go back with nightmares when you close your eyes. Nigerians should understand that these people have their families all over. Just the way we're enjoying with our, but now it's holiday period. A lot of people are on holidays, have traveled abroad. We don't have that luxury. Most times you don't get to see your family all over this period. These are sacrifices they make, and I think we should look at the aspect of trying to commend them.
Okay, my people, so you have heard him, right? And in the course of attacking Simon Ekpa, he revealed their secrets, right? And he lied even here, actually, but they are not being taken care of. That's the bottom line. So, and him as the commander, they actually live large, okay? Not as large as the senators, no, but at least better. But you see these ones that are carrying gun, they have nothing. So are you willing to die for nothing? One military man came out one day, was lamenting that the money that they get after retirement, for them to be able to get a good house and a car after 30-something years of service, is the money that a senator will use in a day, not in a month, not in a year, in a day. The kind of money that they will use to for their retirement. So, and they do the strenuous work that you can ever imagine. They risk their lives, and after much, they get nothing. So are you willing to go that route? You that are planning to join the military. So think very well. And especially, according to our PM here, says the worst. He say, if you enter Biafra land, you go come die, join the suffer with day. So let's listen to vital speech that our PM made during the Alliance broadcast with Ambazonia.
Today we have seen, after decades of subjugation, the role of the British in this particular subjugation that Biafra has found themselves today within Nigeria. From the 1914 amalgamation, we were not informed about the type of company that later become a country today known as Nigeria. Those who agitated for Nigeria to become a Nigeria, as you see today, were not murdered, they were not imprisoned, they were not killed because of one single reason: the economic interest of the United Kingdom. They made sure that they design Nigeria in a way that it powers and empowers their economic interests. And those who agitated for the freedom of Nigeria, for independence of Nigeria, were all welcome, even in London. They served them tea, they served them dinner, they embraced them, and they called them heroes. 60 years later, we see no progress. All we see is debt upon debt. All we see is backwardness. All we see is eradication of innovation and supporting Sunai. Those who say that innovation is evil, they hijacked the power as designed by the United Kingdom. After the country that was forcefully joined together and called it secular state has become Islamic nation by the same British generation that I am very proud of, will be the one to end the colonization from the British right in Biafra land. The British government has brought death to us. They have not brought any civilization. There is no development. It's only death, suffering, corruption, criminality, and what have you. And we thank God that today many of us are residing in more civilized and sane countries in Europe. Britain could not cope with decent countries like the European Union, because for you to be a member of the European Union, you have a standard. Britain is a very corrupt country. They couldn't cope with the standard of the European Union. They left without nobody shooting gun.
Okay, you can imagine that Britain could not stay with the European Union and they left, right? They left. But they don't want us to leave. Are they normal? So our PM is saying that he is proud of this generation that he is part of, because that this generation is about to end the impunity of the British, and it's starting very soon. It will be ended, and our Biafra must be restored. So that is a very vital message. So we move over to the next one. Here you will see the same posts that PM posted about the military guy, but he now wrote something and he says, in progress of fighting Simon Ekpa, Musa scatter the remaining table. So Musa scattered that table. He said a lot of things. He exposed a lot of things. They don't even have a house. They don't even have a good barrack. They don't even pay these people money good and all that. So he exposed a lot of things that before you join, you should think. That I think military guy that was saying you should listen before joining. He told you before you join, you should first of all listen to what Musa has to say for you to see that there is no enjoyment. The other one said that he would have been an owner of a shop, business owner, than being a military man, because he would have gotten like servants, people that are selling, for him. So, but now he's still suffering to make 50,000 naira per month. Very pathetic. So, if you are planning on joining the military, you are wasting your time. And PM said, and if you come to our land, your own will be worse because you will buy. So that is where we got that. And you see another one here. PM say, hello Musa, Nigerian terrorists, everything good? So let's hear it, just kind of a comic relief from this guy.
One man, everything good?
These are Jamaican patois, right? Say wagwan one, everything good. That's patois. I love patois. So this one is all these news bloggers looking for Christmas news. Now Python. So you see, This is a news that came the other day. Blood flows in Biafran fighters brutally slaughtered Nigerian army in Ekpa. So this one is a news that came what our men dealt with these terrorists in uniform in Ekpa. So just watch this one. PM said finally the current state of Musa people in Biafra land. So watch kind of comedy as well, but when they hear the sound of our men, they kind of run, they run. They can't stand the sound of the Biafran army. So that's what these things showcased right now. So anytime they hear our Biafran sound, they take it to their heels. All right, the next one is you can see the people that brought this news, they call them jihadwatch.org. So these people are people that are kind of getting intels. They are looking for these jihadists, okay, the Islamic jihadists. So, and they said Nigeria, Islamic jihadists from Cameroon murder over 500 people in several communities. So then it says my contact in Nigeria, because this person, the name is Robert Spencer. You will know that this is a white man. Okay. It says my contact in Nigeria informs me that these bandits from Cameroon are Fulani jihadists. Their terrorism cuts across Nigeria and border states, but they are largely seeking to conquer Nigeria in accordance with the dreams of Uthman Dan Fodio. And the person writing this thing is not a Nigerian. He's not an African. This guy is a white man, probably an European or American, I don't know. But the name is like all this British name and all that. So it may be British. You know, these are sometimes personal people that are doing these things, right? Or organizations. So his own work is to checkmate the jihadists, get intels on what's going on. So you see, the murdered Cameroonian jihadists entered Nigeria, murdered 500. Till today, we've not had any military deployment in Borno State. But do you know what we saw again? We saw ISWAP. We saw ISWAP taking over Borno, pursuing the policemen. So for UCC, I never had the deployment of the military. So, but once you hear Southeast, they send them. Southeast, they send them. You know, before when they send them, I heard that they jubilate, they rejoice that they are going there because they will come and start extorting our people. But today, you see what happens? When they tell them you are going to the east, they will say, no, you want them to buy me. Because they are getting it water. They are hearing the scores of the ones that went ahead of them. So when you know that somebody went and never came back, will you like to go? So that's what has been happening. So my people, that's where we are wrapping it up. And if you have not subscribed to my channel, do well to click the subscribing button and like the video, share it as well, and click the bell icon so that anytime I drop a video, you'll be well notified. Other than that, peace out.